Hello, beautiful people of the planet. Namaste. I'm so happy to be with you today. I'm sitting on the floor in front of my altar for a few minutes to just share a few thoughts from myself and also from my spirit guide Aiden, who has something to share about the Lion's Gate portal and grounding into the core of the earth in preparation for that event. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit more later on this week when I'll be interviewed by a good friend and also a wise woman who you also may know. So that'll come out later, maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember now. But in any case, just check my notes here. I want to talk about two things specifically. One about grounding and two about the Lion's Gate portal. So first of all, about grounding. Some of you who may have done some grounding exercises with me, either in the Healing Mother Wound group or individually as a private client, what we have been doing is grounding through several methods, but one of them has been to release a cord from our root chakra into the center of the earth. And one of the reasons why that is so important and why we do that, I just wanted to explain a little bit about that, because sometimes it's just really good to know about the process and why we do the things that we do. The center of the earth is considered the first dimension. And that is where there is a large iron crystal in the center of the planet, and it is our Mother Gaia. It is where we find our center. And the first dimension is really important because it's really the place from where all other things emanate up into the ninth dimension. So that iron crystal of Gaia, of our Mother Gaia, is also something that we have in common with her, because we also have iron in our blood. And so we already have that magnetic pull between her and ourselves, and we have that element of the iron in our blood, which is which is at the heart of the planet. And so where I'm going with that is that just like the planet has an outer and inner core, we also have an outer and inner core, and we also have a light body called the Merkaba. So I'm going to pull this all together in a minute. Hopefully my brain is going to process everything as it should. So when we are releasing the cord, the grounding cord, down to the center of the earth, one thing that is good to imagine is to connect with that iron crystal that is at the center of the planet with our Great Mother, and to also know that because the iron is running through our veins as well, that we have that commonality, as without, as with, so within, as we mystics say. So whatever is happening on the exterior is also happening on the interior, and vice versa. And I like to use that little visual of knowing that what is inside the Great Mother is also within us, and that we're never really that far away from being centered or being grounded. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of effort to do the visualization of grounding with that cord from our root chakra down to the center of the earth. I like to sometimes do a meditation called the 10th chakra meditation, which is also below our feet and goes into the earth. And that helps us to pull in some really amazing grounding and centering energy. And I think that one of the things that we've been really struggling with is how to be really fully human. And I wrote about this a couple of days ago, that we are fully human and we are fully spirit. And for many of us, being on the planet is, a little bit challenging, and especially for empaths, we try to bypass that whole human thing. Even though we actually asked to come here, we asked to incarnate, and we asked to experience this whole fully human adventure. So if we're not grounded, this whole human thing is going to be very difficult. So that's why I include that that thought or that visual of grounding into the earth and knowing that we have a commonality with our Great Mother, that we have iron at our core. And I'll explain a little bit more about that another day, but just to give you that little tidbit. And also I wanted to talk to you about our Merkaba, which is our light spirit body. So extending beyond our aura is the Merkaba, which is at once a sort of vehicle that we can use to travel to star systems or other dimensions. And it is also a way for us to balance our feminine and our masculine. It is also the 4 directions and the 4 elements all in one. It sounds like a complicated thing, but it's not really. It's our energetic light body, and it's symbolized by an 8-pointed star, which is made from 2 triangular pyramids. The masculine pointing up and the feminine pointing down. And I'm not going to get into any more of that, but what Aiden wanted to do is he wanted to help us to charge our Merkabas with a little bit more heightened energy coming into the Lion's Gate portal. So we're going to do that at the very end. We'll do a little meditation, and then we're going to charge up the Merkaba, and Aiden, who is a Pleiadian and my personal guide, is going to help us to increase the energy of our Merkaba. So normally no other human being is able to work your Merkaba for you, like no other. If some spiritual guru says to you, well, I'm going to work your Merkaba for you, well, that is your own private thing. Like, you can't ask another human being to work it for you, or to magnetize it, or to charge it with a specific intention. But another person could guide you, or a Pleiadian, who is not a person of a physical body, can help us to connect with our Merkaba. And we are charging our own Merkabas, but we're just using them as the channel. So no idea what I'm saying half the time, because I'm channeling. I'm going to forget everything I said right after this, but I'm hoping it's making sense. And let me check my notes again. Yeah, so I want to talk about the Lion's Gate and that special energetic relationship that our Earth, the Sun, our physical Sun, and the star Sirius have during Lion's Gate portal, which happens during all of Leo season, but is at its height on August the 8th, which is coming up. So because the Sun and Sirius are very, very far away, when the ancients were looking at the two suns, our physical sun and our spiritual sun in the sky, at some point of the year, always in July, they seem to align in the sky, and it looks like the spiritual sun Sirius swallows our physical sun, and it's a very spiritually important event for the ancients and for star beings and for us. And so we are receiving through our third eye, through our third eye chakra, specific information that is important for us as humans at this moment. And each year that information changes and that frequencies change. But in any case, we are receptive to that information, and we receive that information, and we internalize it, and then we go out into the world and we externalize it. So whatever needs to come through for humanity right now is going to be coming through on the Lion's Gate portal. And you don't have to do anything, because it happens. It's a relationship between the cosmos and us, our energetic body, our third eye, our heart, and things happen on a subconscious level where, we may not be aware physically or consciously of the messages we're receiving, but we are receiving, and we are aligning with our further soul purpose and our soul blueprint. So again, I hope this is making sense. But what I wanted to say, that when we go through the Lion's Gate portal, when we receive information from our spiritual sun and from our physical sun, when that light is beaming towards the earth, it is also an opportunity for us to accept or receive healing in our body or in our emotions or in our spirit, as that very specific frequency is coming down to the earth. So you can intend that on August the 8th, you will be receiving whatever downloads you need to receive, and you will also be receiving whatever DNA potential and activation you may need, and whatever healing you may need. A lot of things happen through intention. We know how to do this. And as human beings, we forget that we are also fully spiritual beings, and that we know how to do these things that like heal our bodies or heal our emotions or heal our spiritual journey, or activate into our spiritual journey if we have been resisting being human or resisting being on the planet, finally accepting, grounding, and awakening into our purpose. So I think I've probably yammered on enough. So what, and because I'm being prompted by Aiden, so what I'd like to do is a simple, very simple meditation of grounding and charging up the Merkaba. And if you would like to call in for yourself, whatever you would like to say to your light spirit body, your Merkaba. If you would like to ask for more specific alignment with your purpose, or specific alignment with healing that you might need within your body, or you would like to charge the Merkaba should be spinning. It should always be spinning. It's not a static thing. So the two pyramids are spinning, and they should be in alignment, spinning in a specific way that calls in that energy from the star systems that feeds our intuition, feeds our wisdom, and feeds our intention for what we are doing here on the planet. So if you can think of an intention, or just give you a minute to think about it and write something down. Just going to look at my notes here. So it can be something as simple as saying that I would like to have all my needs met, and you can accomplish that by charging your Merkaba with that intention. Or you can say, I intend that I will forgive myself or forgive another person for whatever. You know the situation. You know what it is that through which that has to happen. So it can be anything very simple, or it can be something that is incredibly meaningful and maybe has had a long, many lifetime standing, and that you need to resolve. So the Lionsgate portal on August the 8th is a very opportune time to speak to your soul, to speak to your soul's blueprint, to ask your angels and your guides to help you along your path, and to make sure that your Merkaba is activated and is spinning and is filled with the intentions that you would like to fill it with. So let's close our eyes. And taking a deep breath in and letting it out And another deep breath in. And releasing. Another deep breath in. Releasing. And coming into the realization that we are fully human and we are fully divine. And that we are here on purpose. That we did come with an intention and a specific medicine for this planet. And knowing this and accepting fully that we are human and that there is no need to try to escape our human body or human experience, because then we would be discounting the reasons why we came here. We had full intention to be human, just as we have full intention as human beings to be fully spirit. And just settling into your heart chakra, opening your heart, and imagining the light of the planet and the light of our physical sun and the light of our spiritual sun, Sirius, merging in our heart center and creating this incredible energetic field which spins out towards our auric field and then outward further to our Merkaba, our light vehicle that helps to take us between realms, that helps us to understand our divinity. It is a conveyor and a receptor of information that is combined with the four elements, the sacredness of the four directions. And holding this beautiful golden light in our heart, let it sink downward towards your base chakra. And from your base chakra, release your grounding cord down, 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 further down to the center of the earth, where you will meet the heart of Gaia, the Great Mother, in the first dimension, from where all possibilities rise up to the ninth dimension. Merge with that beautiful iron crystal, which also pulses through your blood and through your veins. And know that you are home. Know that you are centered, grounded, loved, accepted. Know that everything is as it should be. Nothing is out of place. You are not out of place. The events in your life are not out of place. Nothing is random. Everything is ordered and everything is as it should be. And know that you are safe. Know that you can always return to the heart of the Great Mother. Know that her iron crystal energy runs through your veins, that you are always, always, always connected. And I invite my spirit guide Aiden, a Pleiadian, to help us create intention within our Merkaba, our beautiful light spirit body, which spins perfectly, uniting our feminine and masculine aspects, which magically grounds us with the four directions and the four elements, and which now, in this very moment, is accepting your intention and is now charging your Merkaba to infinite possibilities, which is increasing potential through your DNA, which is finding the places in your body which need healing in this very moment, and which accept and receive all messages, downloads, and sacred codings which are coming to us through our third eye, from our spiritual sun, Sirius, and our physical sun. And we thank the Great Mother and the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine for their specific and sacred coding and messaging, which will help us to bring our specific medicine to the world and help to bring us towards the ultimate unconditional love which resides in our hearts, and which we can radiate to the rest of the planet through our words and our actions and our thoughts and our emotions. And until we meet again, I thank you for your presence, for your love, for your honesty. From my heart to yours. Namaste.